topic of was your biography. That was topic two. Sister Margaret Mary, why did you go to St. Elizabeth's? Were you happy about that move? Interested in any anecdotal content for your biography? Were you happy at St. Joseph's and didn't want to move? Would you like to say anything about that?
Well, well, in the years when I was first entered the community, the way we received our mission was called mission every year around August 15th, the Feast of the Assumption. We received our yearly mission, and I was missioned from St. Joseph to St. Elizabeth. It wasn't my idea. The Mother Superior and the council, our four other sisters, do all the missioning for work, and then it comes out in those years. It was discussed at the community meetings, community days, and that's we received our mission. It wasn't that we say we want to go here or there. In those years, it was altogether different now. But that in those years, it was obedience from the superior. And what happened was the sister who was a pharmacist at St. Elizabeth became very ill with cancer, and she was missioned to St. Joseph because it's a smaller hospital, and they thought I could go to the bigger hospital. That's why I got to go to St. Elizabeth. It wasn't anything I liked or didn't like. I was just getting, I was just getting a real good start at St. Joseph, small hospital, learning about the doctors and their ways and what the medicines that they like. And I was just getting to know everybody. And I was changed to the hospital. I didn't ask for it. No.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I brought it up because that was a question that was put to you in your interview that they did 2012. And your response back then, I'm not going to read it, but it sounded like you were real disappointed about the move, maybe even resented it a little bit, possibly.
Well, I was disappointed because I was just getting a good start at the small hospital, and I got to know everybody, and I got to I didn't resist or anything but I probably would rather stay there a little bit longer to get more cooperation from the doctors.
Now, I have another question for you. Besides you, who else was transferred to St. Elizabeth's at the same time?
Sister Baptista was the administrator at St. Joseph, and she and I went to St. Elizabeth together. Yeah, she was changed. She became the assistant at St. Elizabeth.
Okay, I'm glad you can remember these names because I can't. I'm wondering if maybe she wanted you to go because she was the administrator, so she was like your supervisor, and she might have thought you were a good employee and wanted to take you with her. Because that's what happens a lot of times in reorganizations is I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but you think that might have been a package deal in a way that Sister Baptista specifically wanted you to go with her?
And I don't think so. She wasn't too friendly with me.
Oh,
So I don't think we could put those words in my mouth.
okay. All right. Okay, but she was the administrator there. Okay. How many, did you have a lot of contact with her after the transfer?
Uh, no, I didn't. She she covered for me in the pharmacy in the evening sometimes because we were supposed to stay open till 7 o'clock at St. Elizabeth, and we had supper at 6 and recreation at 6:30, and I was supposed to be at both of those things and it was very difficult. And Sister Mary Michael was in the emergency room. She was a superior. She was the head nurse, and she would do her best to get everybody order medicines ordered before I'd leave the pharmacy, because the nursing supervisors had to cover the pharmacy from 7 p.m. until next morning when a pharmacy opened. For years, that was it. The evening supervisor of nursing covered, took out 2 or 3 of a medicine, and we'd fill it in the morning, fill them more in the morning. So it wasn't very. The supervisor of nurses would be wanting me to get more help and open the pharmacy. It was years before I had 24-hour service. Very long time before I finally got enough backing from administration to hire pharmacists for evening and nights.
Wow.
Now, of course, it's all many pharmacists, but in those years we didn't have very many pharmacists, just for day turn.
Okay, does anybody have any on that topic? Does anybody have any follow-up questions for Sister? I don't.
No, it isn't much of a topic for a biography. I don't think we should include all that. And it's just
Well, actually, you don't have any choice. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on.
Wait, I have a question. I do have a question.
Okay.
Sister, did you eventually become the supervisor yourself?
I was the chief pharmacist, but the nursing had to cover for the evening and nights for a long time. I don't remember how many years before we got enough pharmacy to open all night. Now we have about 30 or 40 pharmacists covering all 3 shifts.
That's big. How many people, how many beds in that hospital?
I don't know. I know right now the hospital is packed. They called it. They told me they were packed because of their COVID is rampant in this area, and people are going to the hospital, and emergency is being used as a doctor's office. And it was for years. That's what people do. If they can't find a doctor, they'll go to emergency room, even though it's not emergency. And we have the emergency filled all day long. And right now in Youngstown, Mahoning Valley, our hospital is more than ever busy because they're closing pharmacists, and closing hospitals. You wouldn't know because you don't live in this area, but the pharmacies and hospitals are being sold and closed. It's very sad. Trying to find, in war in Ohio, they have to fight to get somebody to buy these hospitals. So St. Elizabeth is the only one available, so it's being overused right now.
Right.
All the Rite Aid stores are going out of business, and the hospitals here in Michigan are merging.
Right. That's right.
Okay, well, Sister, thank you for that discussion.
It's not a very pleasant discussion, because the Steward Company bought the hospital several years ago, but they didn't do such a good job. So they're being going bankrupt.
All right, well, we'll pick a more pleasant topic in the future. I know when you retired, you had a retirement party and there was hundreds of people there, and we have lots of mementos of that, and people provided testimonials to you and so on and so forth. So
Well,
we can do that another day,
okay.
but literally hundreds of people, everybody loved you. Which is not everybody, and I don't think everybody liked me when I retired, but that's okay. The next